Dad, remember, I'm the army leader.
Men det där frågan. Sen bara. Das ist auch voll schön. Das gefällt mir. Werde ich brauchen. Включався всегда безмислов neki. Ide si ti malo spraha i izgrem da puno kava i sravno.
particelle. Tako snemamo žide, verjetno.
Mogoče.
What the fuck? The muscles. The fucking muscles.
I don't know, I can either whisper or speak loudly. I can't talk in between because then my voice cracks a lot. But let me explain this. So, as I was saying, we asked the owner how many people were staying in the hostel and about their genders. So, if he told us that there were going to be a lot of majority men, me and my friend would just leave and book a different place. But all he told us that there's going to be 12 new people arriving the next day, but he refused to tell us whether they're going to be male or females. And that's why I became suspicious of it, and I assumed it's going to be 12 men, but my friend said if there's going to be 12 men, we're just going to leave the next night. This night we're going to stay in because apparently it's just us. And that's what happened. We stayed at this place. The first night it was amazing. Okay, we had our own bathroom and our own area. The next day we didn't see anyone in the hostel, so we decided to stay. But at 3 in the morning, 12 completely drunk men, who I wouldn't be surprised if they were on drugs, came into hostel at 3 in the morning, and they were being so obnoxiously loud. I became really scared, but my friend didn't think much of it. She was pretty chill. Matter of fact, she slept through most of the bit, even though at some point they tried to get into our room. But at first we assumed that they just thought it was also their room, and that was all about it. But unfortunately, every 10-20 minutes they came back and tried getting into our room again. And at this point I asked my friend if she can call the police because I was too stressed to talk to anyone. And she said, no, because she didn't believe that they were actually bad people. They were just a little bit drunk. Nah. But they were doing so much shit. Like, they were kicking things. They were, like, being too loud, as in, But I was okay with that. I was like, okay, they're drunk, they're going to stop. But I found it weird the amount of times that they tried to get into our room. And then at some point, I think it was 4 or 5 in the morning, they got up again after like 10 minutes, 15 minutes of them being quiet, completely quiet. They kept trying to break into our room. They tried like 20, 30 times to get in, and that's when my friend actually started panicking, got up and decided to hold the door. But the moment that she pushed the door, they realized that someone was actually in the room. And he of course assumed it was 2 girls, because if there was a guy, he would open the door and tell them to, leave them alone. But we were 2 girls and there were 12 drugged, alcoholic men. Drunk men, yes. And they realized, and they started yelling some more things. At some point they started, I don't know the language, but they did say sex. So I don't know if I can say that word on YouTube, I don't know really. They said that the police was coming, but no police came. So after a while we called them again, because they kept trying to get into a room and they were yelling things in front of our door. And they said that, and then when we called police the second time, they said that they already checked, and because they didn't hear anyone yelling, they turned around and left. And that's when I was shocked. Like, police did nothing, because unfortunately I didn't catch the part where they were actually trying to get into our room, because I don't know, I was too scared to even film or anything. I was just shaking and praying to God that we ended up being alright. But okay, it was way too scary. It went on for like 2 or 3 hours straight, and it was the scariest thing ever, because I thought that I was going to get S8, if you know what I'm talking about. Okay, where was I? So yeah, when we called the police the second time, they asked us information about us: what's our name, where we are coming from, our phone number, and they got all our information just to tell us that they won't be coming second time, because the first time nothing was going on, they didn't hear anyone, which was crazy, because at that part anything could have happened to us, and police didn't do anything because everybody was quiet. They could have easily drugged us if they wanted, or whatever, you know what I mean? And that's why everything could have been quiet, but police did nothing. Like, I don't know anything about Hungarian police, but that was so stupid. Like, we needed their help. We begged them to come just get us. I don't care what happens to these guys, if they get any punishment or not. We just wanted someone to come and escort us out of the place. That's all we wanted. But no one got us. And after a while, I think they realized that we were calling the police, because they heard us talking in English formally, and I think they assumed that we were calling the cops. Then they went to sleep, and they went to their rooms, and I started packing shit up, and so did my friend. And we were waiting until like 6, 7 a.m. until we were sure that they were really asleep. And we so quietly sneaked our way out of the Airbnb. The whole thing was so scary, because I thought, like, what if one of the drunk guys was just like sleeping on the floor in front of our room, or sleeping in the living room on the couch, because when you're drunk you sleep anywhere. And that's where we were kind of overthinking about the entire thing. But so I was the one that was unlocking the door, because my friend is extremely loud. She had those loud boots on, and she didn't even try being quiet, which annoyed me very much. I was like tiptoeing. I tried to be quiet. I didn't want to get attention on us again, that we are awake, that So I unlocked the door very quietly. Like, it took me so long, because I was moving it by a little bit every time, and it unlocked, and we kind of carried our heavy luggages through the hallway and the living room. And at this point, we loudly unlocked the main room and slammed it behind us and dipped. We slammed it. I mean, my friend slammed the door on purpose, so that they can actually hear us, that we left, and just to, wake them up and disturb their sleep the way they disturbed ours. And we contacted the owner, and we told him everything. And the worst part was that the owner tried really hard to make them seem like they meant no harm. First excuse that he used was that the guys thought that this was just another bathroom, which definitely wasn't. There were numbers on our rooms, and the bathrooms had word toilet on them. And they were yelling things that, even though I don't understand their language, I knew what those words meant. And we explained that, and then the next excuse that he had was, oh, they just thought that this room also belonged to them. Wouldn't you think that after a while they realized that it's locked, that it doesn't belong to them? Like, they're going to break in, I don't know, it didn't make sense. Like, he started making so many excuses for them, and we were not having it. At this point, we were outside our hostel, but we went like really out of the area. And it was like 6, 7 in the morning. Everything was still closed, and we had no idea what to do. So we were waiting in front of this cafe until it opened at, I think it's 7 a.m. And then we walked inside and stayed there, and we booked a different hotel. At this point I didn't sleep maybe not even an hour, and that did not do me any good because I was feeling really bad, as I did have a hasty drink the night before, like a hasty, strong drink. I almost fell asleep at that cafe until a waiter came to me and told me, "You can't sleep here, this is like public area." Like, I came to understand that people in Hungary are just not nice. Like, we went to the most traumatic thing ever. Like, I was shaking. I don't think my words can describe how scary the entire experience was. So we booked the other hotel, and around 10 o'clock we went there, and or earlier, to leave our luggage in there. So because we could only check in at 2 p.m. and it was like 9 or 10, I don't know. So we left it in this area that they allowed us to leave it in, even though that hotel was also scary. Like, there, the lift, I mean, what's that thing called? The escalator? No, I forgot the word. What? Oh my god, that happened like good month ago, and I'm still, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm kind of like shaky because everything is coming back like exactly the way it happened. And I told my friend that I wasn't feeling well. We saw enough of the city, so we decided to actually leave, even though we booked another night in a different hotel, and we already had booked the bus for the next day, but all of it was too much. I slept for like an hour. She slept at least 3 hours more, maybe 4 or 5. Like, I don't know how she slept at all. She's the type of person that, you know, can sleep through everything, and I'm not the type of person. So yeah, we just went back to the hotel. After we visited some other things, you know, we went back to the hotel, took our luggage, we went to this cafe under the hotel, and we charged our phones and went straight to the bus station and stayed there and waited until the bus came. We went on the bus and I finally made it home. Like, I remember I was praying to God, like, I just want to go home without being, you know, abused by 12 guys. And yeah, thank God that I came home healthy. My parents didn't ask me anything about why we came one day earlier. Her parents did ask her, and she told them that I was just tired and that she, you know, wanted to also to come home day earlier because she had a job as well in 2 days, and she just didn't want to be too tired, and that was our excuse. And we saw the entire city, which we basically did. So yeah, we left. But my parents said they didn't ask anything, they didn't assume anything, but I did tell my mom, mentioned that we did have a bit of a bad experience at some point that made us come home earlier. I'm very thankful and glad that my mom didn't ask any questions about, you know, what happened, and that she just said, like, okay, yeah, I understand, things happened, you can keep them for yourself. And it took me like a good week to recollect myself after what we experienced. And after that I was like, I don't know if I will be ever ready to travel again, anytime soon, but it would be nice, and I am definitely looking for some more friends to travel with, because I still do like traveling. I won't let, you know, great experiences like that stop me from having fun. Next time I will make sure that I do the booking, that I'm the one that chooses the place to stay in, because my friend is very stubborn and she wants always things, you know, to be more her way, and I let her choose this hostel because she didn't like the hotel that I picked at first, and you know, it turned out the way it did. And yeah, I hope you understood my accent, because, you know, it's my third language, there's nothing I can do about it. So that was a lot. I shared a lot. Thanks for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and excuse me for being so quiet and whispering. But yeah, you gotta understand, my parents are sleeping and they don't know anything that happened, so thank you.
Ik kon alleen gewoon dood of zo, maar ik wil niet laten horen. Met wie is ook werk? Jij ook. Hoi, 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 hoi.
Jest to... To taki trzeba już...